We kick off the week here on Raw. We're ending it at SummerSlam. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we will hear from the WWE Intercontinental and United States Champion Bron Breakker before his two title defenses this weekend. Also later in the show, Dirty Dom goes one-on-one with Xavier Woods. Also tonight, the three challengers that will be in the Fatal 4-Way for the European Championship this weekend. Chad Gable, Carmelo Hayes, and Finn Balor will meet in a triple threat match tonight. But first, Miss Money in the Bank Chelsea Green. She's accompanied by her protective detail, the Secret Herbist. We've heard about them. They're here with her tonight. She takes on Zelina Vega. We already know that the men's Money in the Bank briefcase holder Cody Rhodes has announced his cash-in ahead of time heading into SummerSlam. He'll be taking on his best friend, tag team partner, WCW World Heavyweight Champion R-Truth at SummerSlam. But what about the women's Money in the Bank briefcase holder, Chelsea Green? Could she possibly be having her eye on SummerSlam as a possible place that she might look to cash in? Both women's titles will be defended. On the WWE side, we found out last week on SmackDown, it'll be Jordynne Grace challenging WWE Women's Champion Asuka. And then on the WCW side, Queen of the Ring Rhea Ripley challenges new WCW Women's Champion Bayley. There could be an opportunity, possibly, that we may see a cash-in from Chelsea. No indication from her whatsoever. She has been completely tight-lipped, and I think that's the way to go. I think when you want to cash in that briefcase, well, I respect what Cody did by telling his best friend in advance, hey, I am cashing this thing in at SummerSlam. We saw that happen last year with Bianca. She announced her cash-in in advance and didn't work out so well for her. Chelsea with the cover. And Chelsea Green picks up the win in our opening match here on Raw to kick off the go-home week to SummerSlam. Up next, we've got singles action. Xavier Woods, one half of the New Day, and his tag team partner, Kofi Kingston, will be in his corner. He takes on, from the LWO, Dirty Dominik Mysterio, and his dad, Despicable Rey, will be in his corner. Last week, a big week for Rey Mysterio as he became the #1 contender for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Like we mentioned at the top of the show, we will hear from the WWE Intercontinental Champion here tonight. He's the double champ, Bron Breakker. Because SummerSlam is one of the biggest shows of the year, Triple H wanting both of those championships defended at SummerSlam. So on night one, Breakker will be defending the WWE United States Championship against Obafemi. And then on night two, it will be Rey Mysterio challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We will get Breakker's thoughts on all that here before the end of the night. This is really the first big opportunity that Rey has had since coming over to WWE, since the entire LWO coming over in the draft. Dom, who was in a Money in the Bank qualifying match since coming over. Raquel, qualified for and participated in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and then came up short in round 1 of the Queen of the Ring tournament, falling to Jordan Grace in the first round. Woods now choking out Dom. Kind of an odd reception for the New Day when they came out. Crowd not like they normally would be, kind of behind the New Day. I don't really know what that's all about. Dom, crossbody, takes down Woods. Gets Woods back to his feet. And now Dom going up top. Frog splash, hooks the leg. And Dirty Dom is your winner as he defeats Xavier Woods. And he and his Despicable dad celebrate. Up next, it's time for our triple threat match consisting of the 3 challengers that will meet this weekend in the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE European Championship held by Ludwig Kaiser. Finn Balor, Chad Gable, a former European champion, and Carmelo Hayes, also a former European champion. They will all meet this weekend at Summerslam. They will get a lot more familiar with each other here on Raw. Here we go. Gable and Hayes, no stranger to each other. Those two feuded earlier in the year, where we saw Carmelo Hayes win 3 non-title matches against Chad Gable in a row before eventually getting a shot at the European Championship at Elimination Chamber. And while those 3 consecutive non-title victories were impressive, when it mattered the most at Elimination Chamber and the gold was on the line, Melo could not get it done. And then Gable would eventually lose the WWE European Championship at WrestleMania 3 to Trick Williams, the one-time best friend and tag team partner of Carmelo Hayes. That was before Hayes turned on him on the go-home SmackDown leading in to WrestleMania 3. And then at Backlash, Trick and Melo met for the European Championship, but that was against the advisement of Trick's manager, advisor, mentor, Booker T. Trick went ahead with the match, and in that match, we saw Booker T turn on Trick, helping Carmelo become European champion and then becoming his manager slash advisor slash mentor. Melo held the European Championship until a couple months ago when he lost it to Ludwig Kaiser on our live Saturday night's main event. And now here we are on the verge of SummerSlam, where both Gable and Hayes would love to get back the WWE European Championship. But don't forget about Finn Balor. This is a great opportunity for Finn. Obviously, the last few months have not gone well for Finn Balor. It all started, really, if you go back to the Royal Rumble, coming up short, not being able to win the Rumble. But then to have his brother, his teammate, Damian Priest, be the one to win the Rumble and basically live out the WrestleMania dream that Finn Balor had for himself. Couldn't handle it. Ended up turning on Priest and helping AJ Styles retain at WrestleMania 3. And then he had to deal with a very angry Damian Priest. And that all came to a head in an ambulance match. And Finn Balor, he was the one who left the arena that night in the back of the ambulance. Gable up and over down to the floor. Balor now with a sledgehammer. Hayes back down, and no, Gable able to take down Balor. While Finn Balor has never held the European Championship, he is a former one-time Intercontinental Champion. And then over in WCW, he's a one-time Cruiserweight Champion and also held the WCW Tag Team titles on one occasion with Damian Priest. Mello clearing off the announce desk. Hayes back in the ring, Balor in the ring as well, and so is Chad Gable now, all three men. Back inside the ring now. He's kind of keeping this distance, letting Gable do some damage to Balor, and now he joins the party. Gable now finds himself in a bad spot. Springboard drops the leg. Down on Chad Gable. Mello hooks the leg. Balor breaks it up, only gets a count of one. Gable rolls out to the floor. Finn Balor with the cover, but Gable able to make it in time and make the save. Now Mello with a clothesline. Gable down. Balor down. Mello with a chair. And now Mello with the cover. But Gable kicks out. Now Mello again with a chair, but Balor takes him out at the knees. And Balor covers Gable. And again, Gable kicks out at one. Mello gets Balor back to his feet. And takes him to the corner face first. Mello making the climb. Gable throws a chair, but it doesn't hit Mello. It hits the turnbuckle pad. Nothing but net from Carmelo Hayes. But Gable right there does not allow Mello to capitalize on the nothing but net. And now Gable up to the second rope, drops a headbutt. Down on Carmelo Hayes. Gable grabbing a chair from underneath the ring, cracks it over the head of Finn Balor, and now turns it on Carmelo Hayes. Balor down on the outside. Gable in the driver's seat here. No, goes to lift him up, and Mello able to package him up into a pin attempt. Gable back in the ring. Mello with the counter there, and then he takes out the legs, takes out the knee of Chad Gable. Mello in with a kendo stick. And now dishing out the punishment with the kendo stick, but Balor rolls out of the way. Gable down on the outside. Finn Balor makes the cover. And Finn Balor, your winner here in this triple threat. And while it has no effect on this weekend's European Championship Fatal 4-Way, does it give Balor any kind of extra boost heading in to SummerSlam. Now we are going to hear from the double champ, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the WWE United States Champion. The badass Bron Breakker is here. This weekend at SummerSlam on night 1, he will be defending the United States Championship against Obafemi. And then on night 2, he will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Despicable Rey Mysterio. And while some might look at the 2 title defenses as a disadvantage for the champion, SummerSlam is one of our biggest shows of the year. And Triple H wanting to showcase all of our championships and being the double champ, that is what Bron Breakker is going to have to deal with. Let's hear from the badass. So Triple H says I got to defend both of my championships at SummerSlam. Obafemi on night 1 and baby Rey Mysterio on night 2. You got to be kidding me. One of these guys who's supposed to be the future, and the other one, clearly in the past. Well, this weekend at SummerSlam, they're both going to find out what happens when their life comes to a screeching halt when they get hit at 23 miles per hour. Hoo, hoo.